All righty. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Beema's Crafty Corner. I am Beema, known as Els, and this is a craft with me today. We're going to be working. Excuse me. Um, we're going to be making this little memory book. You know, kind of like a little journaly, uh, picture holdy kind of thing. So we're going to be making this today. And we're going to need one piece of 8.5 by 11 in whatever color you want for the outside. And then about 4 or 5 sheets of whatever color you want for your inside as well. And then, of course, whatever you want to decorate. And, you know, some washi tape, glue, that kind of stuff. So these are from a couple of different designers. One of these days I'm going to get off my fat behind and I'm going to learn how to do this myself so that I can, you know, make my own digitals. Hi, Miss Maury. Carla! So I'm just going to cut out some of my stuff here. I'll do the easy ones first. You know. I'll save these little ones over here for if I actually want to use them. So I figure I'll just do some fussy cutting while we're waiting for people to show up. Seems like a logical idea, right? Okay. So these are from probably 5 or 6 different designers. And I just, you know, kind of picked the ones I liked. This blade is gone. Let's get a new one. That blade was toast. Let's get a nice new one. Put that in there. Muy better. Let's take this. There. Do those by hand. Do this. It's one of the few things that's not really in my skill set. I wanted to learn it for years. And, you know, how to do digitals. But not my thing, you know? And that's really sad because I actually, a really good friend of mine is a graphic designer. And I just never thought to ask her, you know? Hey, how do I do that stuff? She's a graphic designer here in Vegas, and she makes, you know, like promos and stuff for the casinos. So you would think I would have asked her, but I didn't. And now she doesn't live in Vegas anymore. She moved out of Vegas. So now asking her would be very difficult. Just humiditties? I'm so sorry. Hi, Joe.
least she's still at an age where Tom and Jerry is entertaining. My grandkids watch the Squid Games. Five Nights with Freddy, I think it's called. Who knows? Silly stuff. All right. I'm going to wait to cut those apart till I decide which one I want. I'm just going to, put the base here. Been junking out on murder mysteries all day. My head hurts. And the guy that narrates them makes my, I don't know, his voice is very soothing. We're going to leave that alone because I'm going to cut that weird stuff at the top. Bottoms are fairly straight. Okay. Oh, wow. No. Oh, real feels 90. I hate that. Last time I really had humidities was when I took Shaylee to Oklahoma, to Kansas, and we went to Oklahoma City. Yeah. I talk about humidities. I could wring my bra out at the end of the day. Literally, take it off and go, eh. My sports bra was soaked. I don't think this goes with the rest of it, so we're not going to do that. Get this one trimmed. That one sort of works. This one does not. I'm going to get rid of all of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here on cutting some pieces. Get this up out of the way. Grab a paper trimmer, one that'll handle a whole sheet of paper. Ooh, which reminds me, I have to get Buggy under the desk. I dropped a corner rounder down there. Yeah. Okay. When I got this, I originally thought I was going to sell it, but no matter how much I tighten this, I cannot get this thing to stay up. So I can't sell it. So I got to use it. All right, so we'll start making the cover. That's the easy part. We're going to take one piece, and we want it to be 5 by 6.5. And then one piece that's 5 by 7.5. So what I recommend is that you cut this 5 and then 5. Ooh, what a pretty strip of paper. Okay, 5. And then cut 1 to 6.5 and then 1 to 7.5. So there it's 7.5. This one will be at 6.5. Those are our two pieces.
And we are going to do some scoring. On the one that is 7.5, we're going to score it at 1 inch and at 2 inches. And then on the other one, we're going to do it at 1 inch. Okay. Now we need to cut the pages. And you can have as many of these as you want. Yay! You found it. Oh, I get it. All right. We're going to cut these at 9 by 6. So I recommend you cut this at 9. And then 6. And if you're going to make pockets, cut them at 9 by 6. If you just want it to be a page in the book, then you cut it at 4.5 by 6. So I'm going to make a couple of pockets. 9 by 6. And a couple pages. All right, so it's 2 pages. I got 2 pockets. I'm going to do one more. Okay. Yeah, I'm convinced this thing's going to fall and just chop my hand off. See? Six. 4.5. And 4.5. That's a great scraps. All right, so what we're going to do is these ones we're going to put to the side for the moment. And I'm going to get rid of this because it's more difficult to work with than my actual scoreboard. I'm going to get my scoreboard. Because my scoreboard's so much easier to work with. I think it's just, you get favorite tools. This is one of my favorite tools. I've actually had this for like 12 years. I've had it forever. All right, so on these small ones, all we're, on the pages and not pockets, what we're going to do here, there it is we're going to create this. See, this is at 1 inch. And so we're going to do these at 1.25 inches. You'll see. 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches. And then we're going to flip them over and do them the same way on the other side. And the reason we're doing that is so that we don't have to do hills and valleys. Valleys into hills. So there's my valley. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to score on my hill. That makes it easier for the paper to fold both ways. And it's a book, So we want it to go both ways. We want it to have a little give. All right. Now these
We're going to put them in long ways, and we're going to score them at 4.5. Four and a half, 4.5, 4.5. And then we're going to turn them this way, and we're going to score them at 1.25. Flip it over and do a 1.25 again. 1.25, flip it over, 1.25 again. So somebody asked me why I go back and forth on it. And I didn't give them the answer. I go back and forth on it because you're breaking down the fiber when you do that. And believe it or not, you're actually altering the size of the page. But it makes life a little bit easier to fold and stuff because you're breaking down the fiber. The more you go up and down, the more you break down the fiber. I know, seems silly, right? All righty. So we're just going to fold these back and forth. Just to loosen them up. They don't have to be bone folded if you don't want to bone fold them. Your thumbs are good. Or your fingers, you know. Now, on this one, we're going to fold hills into valleys, valleys into hills. Lining everything up. And then we're going to be folding this. There. Valley. Valley. Hill. Hills into valleys. Valleys into hills. All right, so now the next part. This is a personal choice. Hi, Miss Jamie. So this is a personal choice. You can either just glue this side shut, or if you want, you can take your scraps that you have, and you can cut some 1-inch strips and make some gussets for it so that it has more room. It's entirely up to you. Me like gussets. But, you know, we'll walk through that once so everybody sees it. So you cut your strip at about 1 inch. It could be a 1/2 inch. It's whatever you want. I like 1 inch. I think 1 inch is a good width. Score it down the middle. And then you want a piece that is the length of your project. Cut
cut that off, fold it in half, hit it with your bone folder, wedge your edges. All right. So then this will go in here. So we put glue. We're still working, trying to get that last little bit out of there. Now, I set this up and it was working before I started, so we'll see. Nope. Come on, glue. You can do it. You can do it. Yay. It's doing it. Okay. So just right on the edge, put your fold on the edge on the inside of your pocket. And then put glue on this side and glue it down. If you're using craft paper, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but it's very porous. So when you're using craft paper, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to get it to dry, suck up the, suck up the stuff. I got this one's off a little bit. I'll fix this. Just off, just a smudge. Now, if you don't want to do that, you could just glue the pocket on the side here. That works too. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's your thing, you know? But I'm going to gusset them. I cut the gussets. I might as well do it, you know? I'll fold this over. Yeah. Actually, may not. You may not. Let me look at that for you, Carla. My ex-husband's a jeweler. He might have scrap that he's not using for a project. And if he does, he gives it to me. So I will ask him. The next time you come in, remind me, and I'll tell you what he says. All right. 2, 3. Hey now. Don't be popping all over the place. It's so sad. I go to the parking lot where Joann's used to be, and it's so sad because it's not there anymore. It's been there forever. I used to work for Joann's. I know why they went bankrupt. They went bankrupt because their business model is if you're an employee and you steal from us, we don't give a shit. Seriously. I worked from a manager who used to, like, stuff would come in the front door and it would go right back out the back door. She was robbing the place blind. And when I said something to the district, they didn't care. They were like, oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, I think they even went and told her that I said something. That's some shit. All right. So now I just have to decide how I want these to go. So do this, 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 and this. Obviously, right? Every other one. And this. And then I'm going to put these to the side. Look at the mess I'm making. It's Michelle's fault. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Yeah, the one that I had this morning, is that the one you're talking about, Joe? I went, I was using that Jamie wanted one, and I had to go and find it. And luckily, I found it before I went on my trip down there the first time, because I was like, I'll find it, no problem. It was nowhere to be found. I was like, oh no, I gotta find it. And I did. I eventually did find it. I love that damn thing. Oh my God. It's like everything. You can do everything with it. All right. Where's my pieces? Here's my pieces. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold these and score them, burnish the score lines. So now, get that crap. Okay, there we go. So you're going to take the one that has 2 score lines, that one, it goes on the left. And then you're going to take the one that has 1 score line and you're going to put that right on top. And then you're just going to fold this over. You're going to glue this flap down. So this flap gets glued onto there. Or you could do it on the inside if you want. It's entirely up to you. I like it on the outside. Just make sure you get it lined up top and bottom and that you don't go over that score line. See? So now basically you have something that looks kind of like this. It's like a little house for skinny, skinny people. But that's your, that's your cover. We're just making like a little kind of like Christmas journal memory book kind of thing. It's Christmas in July. That's why we're doing it. This one, of course, only has pockets in it, but the one I'm doing now has pages too. All right, so now I have these. And I left them at half size because I thought, that would be cool. They're better size to fit things. So I'm going to cut these down to fit my pockets. So my actual pockets, if we did this right, the pockets are just a hair bigger than the pages, but you're looking at about 4 3/4 by 4 1/2 is your full size. So if you're gonna, if you want to make mats for this, I would go 4 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I'm gonna write that down because I'll forget.
And then I'm just going to cut and figure out, what part of the image I want. So I'm going to cut this in half. And then we're going to cut this off. Huh?
Do you like therapy again?
No, this is craft with me. Carla's here.
Natasha, hello.
Carla's here.
I'll do something like that.
Miss Janie's in here.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so I need this to be 4.5 this way and 4 1/4 this way. So let's see what we do when we get 4 1/4. 4 1/4. We just take that part off. Okay. A little bit, tiny bit of it. And then 4 1/2 takes that part off. That will fit on there. Okay, so 4 1/2 by 4 1/4 is what I'm doing here. And I just have to figure out what part of the page I want. Take a little bit more off this side. Okay, 4 1/4 on the up. Okay. Take. I'm not going to cut their feet off. I'm not mean. Hello, Miss Tammy. He's not by himself today. He's got his brothers here and his stepsister. Okay. Ooh, that one's going to be hard. Gotta have 4 1/2 this way. Let's take that off. Turn it around. 4 1/2. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut Mr. Happy in half. There we go. 4 1/4. Just get rid of that part. There we go. It doesn't really matter. It's the background, I could have made the images smaller. And I didn't think about it when I was printing them. Take some more off the top. And then some off the bottom. Then we have to kind of decide how we're going to get to the 4 1/2. Okay, we're just going to take him off. Yes? No? No? Yeah, now he's, now he's got health issues. So I'm just cutting my background pages because I'm just going to glue these on after I do some inking. All right, 4 1/4 this way. Take off that guy. What? He's mostly off anyway. And then 4 1/2 this way. Let's see where we're at. See, that just looks like it goes underneath the thing. How many of these have I cut? I don't even know how many I need. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I need 7 more. I have 4 more. I'll print some more. No big deal. Maybe I'll just leave some plain and just put, you know, little pieces on them. Who knows? Look, I didn't think this through. Okay, 4 1/4 this way. Gets us right there. 4 1/2 this way. Gets us right there. This guy's going to be easy. Okay, 4 1/4. I almost did it. 4 1/2. Let's take off some over here. And that there. And that one works. Okay. Hi, Jersey. Hello, Christine. I'm just mutilating gingerbread men, cutting their legs off, their heads, and any other part of them I deem fit. All right, let's cut a little bit more off this side, 4 1/2. Keeping the focal point in the middle. And I'm going to be a few pages shy, so this will be fun. I could print more, but I'm lazy. What can I say? No, I'll just print more. All right, 4 1/2. Puts us right there. No, it needs to be 4 1/4 tall. 1/4 tall. Okay, right there. Right, 4 1/2. We've already mutilated this guy, so. Go. I'm gonna have to clean these scraps later because there's some good stuff in there. Right? Here, look. We'll use this. It's 4 1/2 across. And then 4 1/4 tall. That one. Four 1/2 across. 4 1/4 tall. Okay. Put all of these with these. Okay. So if you want to round corners, you can round corners. I don't recommend it with the pocket because it's kind of hard to get through it. And you didn't round the corners on the covers. So, you know, leave the square alone. But we are going to ink. This one. Get that out of the way. We're going to get out my vintage walnut photo. Yeah, that's called a monsoon building. So I'm going to ink my flap. I don't need to ink that part, but I am going to ink around here. And I'm going to ink all my pictures too. So, what the hell's going on? Is anybody doing anything? Is anybody started anything for Christmas? Like seriously? Like and I need to go back and do the other side of these. But you have to do both sides. Else, both sides. Okay. Like, seriously, is anybody crafting anything serious for Christmas? Because I have to be honest, I'm kind of over it already, you know? Like, I haven't really made anything for Christmas. I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out on Christmas. Do we get there at like a certain age? Do we just go, screw it? Is that the deal? You made some folio journals. Very cool. Skipped it? Yeah. Like, I have the Christmas and July sale sitting here ready to go. I mean, it's literally right there. I just haven't had the time to do it, and I haven't had the push to do it. And then, you know, I'm down to it's the last weekend, and supposed to be doing Brian's sale on Sunday, and I don't know if that's even going to happen because I don't have like an item count or anything. I don't know how long I need to block out for it. And it's, you know, it's Mike's day off. And so I typically spend Sundays with him doing things that we need to do here, you know, like grocery shopping and stuff. So I need to know what it's going to take to do the sale, because I did tell him I would do it, and I will, but I need to know, you know, in advance what kind of time we're talking about here. You know, what am I committing to? And the last time, you know, he kind of backed out at the last minute. So I don't know. You're ready for Halloween? I am too. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about what this year's Dark Macabre is going to be. I think I'm going to do a thing in the group. And just let you guys put in whatever, like, themes or titles you want, and then I'll try to interpret that theme this year. Because I'm plumb out of ideas for Dark Macabres. I think all right, so we did Carnival one year. We did the Asylum one year. I made an actual, like, you know, witch made grimoire, an actual grimoire, not a buy a kit. Oh, look at me, I'm a fluffy bunny. No. We made an actual grimoire, which, by the way, I sold to an actual witch. Did I do both sides of that one? Yeah, okay. So our pirate journal went to a good home. I donated it to an SCA group that does pirates, and they used it for a fundraiser. And apparently there were arguments over who was going to get it. Yeah, kind of like Arlene's mashup journal, but not so difficult. All right, so now I have those done. I'm going to ink these real quick. And then I can glue these all down and we can put this thing together. You can tell I printed this on 2 different printers because it's 2 totally different kinds of paper. It's not going to matter in the end. Brittany. Honey butt, did you just say what the hell?
No, I said what the heck.
Okay. You can go. I had to check. I thought I heard what the hell. She's a little bit younger than the boys, you know?
Like if they're out there and they're like, damn. Okay. Sometimes they step out of line and I gotta, snack on them too. Hey, I'm gonna chew on you a little bit. But she younger, Like they're in high school. She ain't had junior yet, Walking Dead, that's cool. Yeah, I don't do anything that's like themed on like TV shows or anything like that, because I don't want to get into copyright issues on the videos. So you have to be kind of careful with that with YouTube. The algorithm gets kind of cranky. Like I had a title one time that was too close to a TV show. I think it was like, I don't know, something is the new black or the new creepy or something like that. Like pink is the new Halloween or something like that. They flagged it for orange is the new black. Outright told me that's why the algorithm tagged it, because it's a popular TV show and I was using a variation of it. Yeah. So they took the video down. I had to retitle it. And it was a stupid video too. It was about 2 years ago. Because I guess that show was really popular. I have no idea. Honestly, I hadn't even heard of it. I don't watch TV. I used to be an avid TV watcher. Like I had weekly shows like, no, I can't go anywhere tonight. Why? Because I got, it's going to be my show night. But I don't really watch TV anymore. Like I'll watch a movie, but I kind of gave up on TV because they don't really, TV shows aren't geared for people of our age group. It's, people under 35, what they want to watch. And so, I used to be a Nelson household, the Nelson ratings, which is how they used to determine what was going to stay on the air. And every year I used to get paid for it. They would send me a big old folder full of stuff. And then I got told for their demographic. Wolf, Wolfie. Wolf. Ozzy, move. Thank you. You need to put the fan where it actually goes on me. I'm an old lady. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to decide which ones of my pages I want to put these on. And they go on the right side of the line. Nice fan. All right. Let me put the fan on first. And I'm not putting anything on the back. I didn't really need all 12 of these, to be honest, because I'm really only putting stuff on the front. I like this one because the backs are going to be, you know, I'm going to cut these down and make pockets and stuff. That's what the scraps are for. And I'm going to put writing space on it. I can't put all these pictures on there. Why did I cut them all down? I don't know. Goofy woman. Because I was in the rhythm. I don't know. I never know why I do half of what I do anymore. Just trying to use up what's left in this bottle. Work with me. Work with me, bottle. Glued the pin to my hand. Let me use this. I don't usually use copyweight paper, but I printed this on copyweight paper, so I'm going to use it. What the hell? Put this here. I have to do some kind of a pocket on this one. Turn it over. This one. What do I want to put on this one? I like this one. Yep, I'm going to use this one. Oh, I got to get my Christmas card started. You might have gotten $1. No, they paid pretty good back in the 80s and the 90s. I think it's where you lived and how you answered the demographics. Like some people, they just sent information out to, and they would send you like $1 because they had to pay you for your time. So they would send you $1. It was always a brand new crisp one too. But no, if you were a Nelson family, you'd get a big pack of book. You'd get a big book, and you had to track what channel you watched, how many minutes you watched it, who watched it. You had to register how many people were in your family, what were their ages. It was a big production. And then they paid you based on the minutes that each person watched. And even if you had like company come over, like if I had, I remember I did one right around the holidays, and this was back in the early 90s. And in the early 90s, I was married to Alexa's biological father, and he was in the Air Force. And so we would invite a bunch of the single guys that lived in his old dorm over to our house for Thanksgiving dinner. So they didn't have to eat, you know, in the mess. And we would invite them over. And so I was doing a Nelson's at that point dawned on me, like, and they were all sitting there watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and some college football. I mean, I had to like write all of their first names and their ages and what sex they were, you know, and I had to like record them in my book. And then I ran out of spots for that day's viewing. And so I had to call the 1-800 number, and they were like, just staple a piece of paper to the back for that day. Like, staple it on there and just keep writing everything. Art glitter glue. It's my go-to. Okay. So now I have these, and I don't have anything on the back, but you know what I do have? Ozzy, you gotta move, bub. Move. I recently got this. And I gotta tell you, I'm dying to use it. This is copy weight craft paper. And I bought some. And I want to use it. So I'm going to use this for the writing spaces on the back. Only because writing on the card is like kind of, it's rough. So I'm just going to cut these down. And these are one. By nope. That should be enough. I don't know. Maybe not. I might have to come back and do more. It's not enough. It's only 4 pieces. Come on, let's get your crap together. Okay, big glue bottle because I don't want to sit here forever. I'm not even going to ink these because I'm putting them almost to the edge. Okay, and I can't get the big bottle to work. Oh, I hate my knife. Glue. Please work. There we go. It's sort of working. I'll cut more in a moment. Is there another kind of glue out there that, you know, actually works? Because if there is, I haven't found it, and I've done a lot of glue research. I saw a lady the other day using Elmer's glue. Straight up Elmer's glue. Even the Elmer's Kids stick glue, the stuff that's purple and then, you know,
I was like, and then she was talking about it was going to be for sale. I'm going to be putting this in my Ko-Fi for sale for $2. Yes, sometimes you have to use what you have. However, I am a glue snob, but I started looking. That is literally what she uses for everything, unless she's making it for herself. Because she was making something, she was making a memory journal for her granddaughter, and that she was using barely for. And I was like, are you serious? I think that's 2. I need 1 more. Yeah, I have some barely. I bought it for a glue comparison, and it's a decent glue. So is the TS Art. But to be honest, TS Art, Barely, and Art Glitter Glue are all made by the same company. It's the exact same glue. It's just packaged differently. I think what I like about it though is like these are quick adhesions and they dry pretty quick and it really grabs fast. And I think that's what it is because I don't like to be slow. But like I can't stand Aleene's. That stuff is so wet. It's so, and I get it. If that's all you can get, then you know that's all you can get. But if you can afford to get something that's got a little more, last to it, then by all means do that. Now I am going to put some finger holes in here before I put these away in the book. Hold on. I'm going to get you a little circle punch. Okay. Get a little circle punch out here. Page, poke it. Poke it. Poke it, poke it. Here's a poke it. Okay. right. I know, there's so many.
Hola.
No. They're made by the same company and bottled by different companies. It's the same glue, just bottled by different companies. And so they can say it's different. That's like made in America. Yeah, not made in America. Packaged in America, maybe, but not made in America. All right, let's see. So now I'm going to get a piece of this. And I'm going to cut it to my 1 inch by my height. And I'm going to use this as my my pattern. Because I have to, I have to stamp these, punch these to get them in my book. So, 5 inches. No, 4.5. By 1 inch. Okay, so now I'm going to mark where I'm going to punch this. And I'm going to punch these. And I'm thinking it's 4.5. So let's go 2. Yeah, 2 inches. In the middle. I'll be honest though, I've seen, nope, I don't like 2 inches because that puts it too close. Let's see what we're at for 1.5 inches. I've seen channels where like they get a kickback for recommending supplies. And so they're like, well, if you don't use this glue, or if you don't use this whatever. All right, that puts them there and there. And I don't know. I want them further apart. All right. All right, I'm going to put this at 1 inch. Just because they get a kickback. Like there's one that it's the neutral pH from Linico. They get their glue for free. And so they tell everybody to use it. Which is okay. Except you can't condemn people that don't. You know what I mean? All right. So now I'm going to put my holes in my thing here. So I'm lining up my template. Poking my holes. If you don't have a hole punch, just use a hole pokey thing. One of these doesn't matter. You don't need to have that. Maybe you have, like an old-fashioned hole punch. Use it. Baby, if you got one, one of them lever action ones that'll go through like 90,000 pages at a time, use it. I only have this because somebody bought it for me for my birthday. It's not my favorite tool. It's not I
I can't live without it. Hover bought it for me. To be honest, my favorite one is that big blade. I like that thing the best. It's the bestest. What? That and that vagabond. Oh, I like that. You don't have to cut nothing. You don't have to sit here and hand crank crap. All right. So now I have all my holes punched. And now I can bring my cover back over. Put my template on. Make sure that I've got it evenly spaced top to bottom. And put my holes in. Full. I did. Full. Pages in. Line up holes. We're going to stitch these tidies in. We are literally going to tie them too. I need something to tie this with. Butcher's twine. Do I have anything thicker in the red and white? Thicker rubber? Thicker rubber. I think so. I have that. Yeah, it's the only red and white one I have. The rest are probably out in the garage. Okay, well, we'll use this one. I'll do like 2 or 3 pieces. That'll work. I think I used up all the thick stuff. My son lives there. Big brain boy. Lives in Kansas. He's the baby. All right. So I literally have this in force. One piece did not go through. Now I have to fish it back out. There we go. I'll get it in there. Okay. I'm just in a bitchy mood today. Ignore me. Okay, this is actually a sewing tool for threading elastic through pants. There's a little thing that goes on here that's supposed to hold the elastic in the hook, but I broke it off. And so I use this for threading things through tags and stuff because it's fantastic for that. But you can find it in the notions section at any store where you can buy sewing notions. Okay, so now I have a page and a page. That's a pocket. Writing space, page, writing space, pocket, writing space, page, writing space, pocket, writing space, page, writing space. And you can add, if you want, you can always add a piece to the back. But now you can deck away. You can make tags and stuff to go in there. That's it. And I have all my stuff right here. And I'm just going to make a couple of tags and things to, put in it. And I have all of this leftover paper that will work to, make tags. I kind of like this one. And I like the gnome.
Cookie gnome.
I like this one, the hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. I like the Santa Claus cookie. And then there's my Nomi. I love my Nomi, I love a Nomi. And let's see what else. I like ham. We'll do some fussy cutting on ham. I do like that, and I like the car. Maybe you can finish at least two, right? I'm the same way. I have a Christmas quilt. Actually, it's the only quilt top that survived out of all of my quilt tops. That was the only one that survived. And I made that thing 12 years ago. I still haven't backed it. Because, yeah, I'm insane. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to put these down, and then I'll trim them out. Do I want to put any? No. I do have washi pulled, Christmas washi, that I can put on these if I want to, on, on pages and stuff. Oh, what are these called? Macaroons. Macaroons. Hubbard took a half day today, and he has disappeared into the garage. I think Big Brain Boy needed his dad. Big Brain Boy is learning all of the joys of home ownership. Yeah. Yeah, no. All right, here we go. I'm going to fussy cut. No, Harry. Yeah, no. Thank you. Like, why, Mama? What, Mama? Why can't I come up on the desk, Mama? You don't understand. I should be allowed on the desk. Okay. Since we're going to cut this one straight, I'll just go ahead and ink the image. And then we'll glue it on there. Never straight. Visual interest. I'm going to do this one. Whoosh. Okay, ink. I have probably 5 or 6 Christmas journals in those boxes that look like big books, you know, up on the pot shelf overlooking my craft room. And there they shall remain, never to be spoken of again. He's traumatized because Buggy likes to hold him. Mommy, the Buggy petted me, Mommy. I have Buggy cooties.
Hi.
Hi, Harry. You need to come say hello? I just want you to know I have scissors. And I'm not afraid to use them. Just so you're aware. Do not sit up there and push things off my desk. I don't like when you do that, and you know it. I know, but it's fun. So you tried to get over here, and you ended up getting caught by the girl, huh? Yeah, she's okay, though. Not that Buggy person. She doesn't pick me up and carry me away. I tell them to do that. Apparently, I printed this on onion skin. I must have been half asleep when I loaded paper in the printer. Okay, that's a little close, but you know, we'll make it work.
She's annoyed with you. You picked her up. How dare you touch her without her permission, mother? Where's the thing? Here it is. Put it in the glue. It puts it in the glue. Okay. Now, cut these. Go ask your pop if he's going to go pick up pizzas. That's how you get rid of a teenager. Go ask your pop if there's pizza in your future. And they toddle right off. Okay. Off they go. It's still big enough to do something with. Okay, let's get rid of this. Harry, why do you insist on sitting on my desk when you know you're not supposed to be there? Mommy's on the table, so where are you allowed to be? Floor, back of chair, kitty cave, right? Not on my desk, knocking everything over. Pushing everything out of your way.
You wanted me to tell you that they're doing garage stuff, and Marlon said they might go get it after they're done with the garage.
Uh-huh. All right, take Mr. Harry and go love on him someplace else. Bye, Harry. Oh, the girl's got me. He's desperately holding onto the back of my chair. No, Mommy, no. That's what you get when you irritate me, kitty cat. I turn you over to a child. All right, we have some little journaling cards. We have some little taggies. I know. He won't stay gone for long. Let's get out the one we actually made today. And all right. So I have all of this stuff too that I can use to decorate. And we're going to fussy cut some of this stuff out.
Ooh.
Now, you could also use punches and stamps and stuff like that if you have them, or Christmas stickers. You can use those. I just happen to have these things that I, bought, I don't know, forever ago. Because I was going to, I had great ambitions for making multiple Christmas journals. And about the only thing that I really get done for Christmas usually is I make my Christmas cards. That's about all I get done for Christmas.
Christmas in July.
That is literally about all I get done for Christmas. In fairness, I make like 80 Christmas cards.
Sure.
But still.
And boy, they see me coming when I go into the post office with those Christmas cards too. Mostly because they know me. You know, my son-in-law works there. Needed coffee, and you're hungry, and you're sleepy, and you don't need to craft. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll be honest, right? We need to craft. We need to.
Arts and crafts is amazing.
It's what we do.
To make stuff. You can make a lot of things with arts and crafts. With paper and scissors, paint, and other stuff.
Oh, you're not using any paint in my house, young lady.
Nah, I usually do that at Mom's, but I really don't paint anymore. I just do origami or
What do you mean you don't paint anymore? Didn't I buy you a bunch of painting stuff for Christmas?
you bought Tristan painting stuff.
No.
Good. Yeah, you get What you are you talking about though? Because I got whole paint set from the passed down paint set for my grandpa. That's in the holy thing.
I bought you a set of oil pastels.
I don't remember that.
They look like crayons in a metal tin.
Oh yeah, I still have that.
Yeah, that's paint.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't figured out how to use them.
You take the pencil sharpener that's in there and you put the little crayon in there and you sharpen a little bit. You get a little bit of the stuff off of it. Then you put it on the palette and you add a little water to your brush and you mix it around and it makes paint.
Oh.
I like him better, but he's easier to cut out.
That was the So you would have just colored on a piece of paper and like
You
move it
can
around.
just color on a piece of paper with it and then put water on it. Absolutely. But if you want to mix the colors together, then you shave some off with your pencil sharpener and then you mix them around.
Oh. Tiny fan.
You leave my tiny fan alone.
Tiny. I like tiny stuff.
It keeps me from killing. It's because you're tiny. You're fun sized.
Yeah. Tiny stuff are just so cute. Like
Gonna make a snack? What are we having? Come on, Steffi. Share. What are we having? Oh. See, he was infinitely easier to cut out than the guy who had star-shaped cookies for hands.
what?
It's like Edward cookie hands. I don't know. Putting this right there.
Instead of Edward Sizzle Hands, it's Edward Cookie Hands. Sandwich and iced coffee.
A Sammy? Here's a Sammy. I'll take it you went home and you're no longer at Miss Janie's. All right. So we just decorate this up the way that we want to. I'm probably not going to sit here and decorate this whole thing while we're live because then we'd be here forever. And nobody wants to sit here forever with me. Trust me. Hey, Brittany, come over here and be a third hand, would you?
Okay. I got Sonic packets.
I don't care.
Ocean water.
Put your hand in here and hold this string out of my way, would you?
What's the, this?
Thanks.
Yesterday, when the two boys were fighting over the chair,
Mm-hmm.
I was on the chair once Ashwin got off. And Rylan said he'd pay me $2 if I got off and gave it to him. So now I have $2.
Okay, you can let go now. Thank you. You know where he got that $2, right?
Yeah, he won it from a lotto.
He did. He won it on a lottery ticket.
He won $2. Oh,
Now, of course, I think I would put tabs on these, you know, because they're not very big. But y'all get the general idea. You put them in the pockets. And because these pockets, because we gusseted them, they're really big, so you can put a lot in each one. You probably put 4 or 5 of these little tags in each one of these. And then just, you know, decorate your blank pages.
try to get the cat.
It's the game they play. They get the cat, and then the cat catches them.
Are you wanting to jump?
Harry, go find someplace else to be.
You would just.
Seriously, Harry, go find someplace else to be. Go torment Buggy.
He's over there. All the way over there.
And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and cut all this stuff out. But, you know, you could put washi tape on and some stickers if you have those, or whatever trims you want. And just kind of, you know, decorate them out. And
Mylan, you should come grab a Harry.
yes.
Mylan.
And that's it. That's our little project.
Your cat.
Yes, you're still at Janie's.
I got the Harry. Pretty soon you can grab him.
Harry is literally sitting there in Buggy's hands like this. All his toes are spread open. He's like, ah. He loves Buggy. Just bite him. Get him. Give him hell, Harry.
Give me one.
Give him hell, Harry.
He started walking and then looked back and started walking again.
Harry's like, my mommy is the only person who gets to put me on my back and play on my tummy. All right, guys. So that's our little project for today. I still have lots of pieces and parts to play with this thing. And I'll make more stuff. And maybe I'll take a picture of it and put it in the group when I'm done. There's the original. I used pearl paper on that. And this is the one we made tonight. I got to tell you, this thing's a little hefty. It gets a little hefty. But the best part of this is it fits. You can put this in like a 6x9 envelope and mail it. It's going to fit in there just fine. So if you're like doing pictures for, like, say the other grandparents are far, far away,
and you want to send pictures to them of Christmas or something like that, this is a great way of doing it. You know, it's just a little, and then you just put like a picture right there, and then you can turn the page and write something, and then, you know, you could put some pictures in the pocket, maybe put a picture here or here, and write on, you know, it's cute. But it's my cute little thingy for today. That's it, guys.
Yippee!
One washi tape card. All right, let me get this out of the way real quick. And let's talk about what's going on. So, today is Friday the 25th. Tomorrow we're going to be doing mixed media. And then Sunday we have the game. I'm supposed to have Brian's D-stash, but I still haven't heard from him. So I may be taking it off the schedule. Monday's video is an 8x8 flip. And it looks like this. It's 5 file folders, I think it is, and 2 pieces of chipboard. That is Monday's project. This month, our project of 25 challenge is ink and or paper, metal. So you can use just ink or just metal, or you can put the two together, or you can, whatever you want to do. Any kind of ink you want to use. You can use dauber ink, drip ink, spray ink, whatever, magic markers. Ink and or metal. Also in the group, we have a washi swap going on. You have until August the 14th to sign up for that. And on the 15th, I'm going to be giving out, you know, partners, mail it out. So it's pretty simple. You take a 3.5 by 2.5 inch card. You wrap 18 inches of various styles of washi around it. You can probably get 4 to 5 washis on there. Remember, don't put them too close though, because then people can't use them. But you know, wrap them around there, and then you're gonna make 2 cards, put them in an envelope, mail them off to your partner. Mari is signed up for that. Arlene is signed up for that. Tammy signed up for that. There's a couple other people. Also, don't forget, on Wednesday, let's keep Steffi G in our thoughts. She's having surgery that day, and you know, she's going to need moral support, so we're there with her. All right. I think that's it. Videos are posted through October. I've updated the schedule, so if you need to go take a look, please do so. If you're new and I haven't offended you yet, go ahead and subscribe so that I get the opportunity. Give me a chance. It'll happen. If fussy cutting with big scissors didn't do it for you, next time, you know, you never know what might come out of my mouth. What else? If you would like information on what I've got going on the channel, when I'm live sales, free classes, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you want to help support the channel, or you want to just, you know, buy me a cup of coffee. You can do all of those things. You can get a list of everything, and you can join my Facebook community. Join the tribe, guys. It's fun. And you can get all the links to all of that in the description box below. Let her out. In the description box below, just open that up where it says more, and it will give you everything that you need to know about what's going on in my digital world. Until I see you again, stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.